Please welcome Ben Eubanks.
Awesome.
Are you ready, Ben?
Let's roll.
Let's go.
All right, I have a question for you. We've been talking a lot about AI. You've probably seen it at the conference. My question for you is, does AI make work more human or less? I'm going to talk about some of the concepts in a book that I've written. It's coming out in a couple months, and it's all about AI and human work and the things that we do. See, I worked as an HR leader for years. I spent my time doing the things that you do every week, handling payroll and managing employees, things like that. And I had a lot of high-touch HR practices I thought really added value to the business. It was hard to scale those. So AI is going to really help us to change that. I'm really excited about it. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, but it's AI. It's a bot. It's an algorithm. Is it really that human? So let me take just a minute. I'll play devil's advocate, and I'll talk about some of the negative sides of that. Actually, I was reading recently in The Guardian, there's an article that said that job hunting in the age of AI is grim and dehumanizing, I quote. Ugh, that's not very awesome, is it? And I can understand that, right? If it's only about automating to take the human out of the process, let's eliminate that opportunity to interact with people, yes, absolutely. That is the reality, and that's what your job seekers are going to see. That's what your employees are going to see, right? That's how we're going to treat them throughout the process. But I'm an optimist, okay? I believe that we have a great opportunity here in front of us. I believe that finally, we talked about being strategic for a long time. I believe that the automation piece is going to really enable us to do that finally, once and for all. So let me tell you a little bit about some examples of how it can make work more human. One of the providers I was talking to during the research of the book told me that when candidates are interacting with their chatbot, it's a bot, it's not a person, there's no hidden agenda there. At the end of that process, 75% of those people say, thank you to that bot after they submit their resume. Thank you. Usually, when you're applying for a job, it's like, I want to throw the computer out the window. It's not a great experience. People don't love it. People complain about it a lot, right? It's not a great experience. The second piece is around managers. Think about the managers you have in your organization. Research tells us that 70% of a person's engagement and satisfaction on the job is due to that manager. It's completely based on them. What if, think for a second about the best manager you've ever worked with, the greatest one, the one that just did everything really well as a leader. What if every manager in an organization was as good as that manager? How would it change things? What would it mean for your performance, your company, and for the engagement of your people? It would change all of that. And AI is helping do that with robot coaches and things like that. So again, I'm going to ask you this a couple times. Does it make it more human or less? Does that sound more human to you? It sounds more human to me. I think there's a lot of opportunities to inject that into the process, the automation, the smart, the intelligent automation, things like that. Let's take the bait for a second, though. Let's say that things do become more automated. A couple years down the road, increasingly, the things that we're doing in our business are automated. What does that mean for us? What does that mean for our people? Is it going to change jobs? Yes, to some degree. We don't know how much it's going to change them. What we do know is in history, every time automations happened, the resulting jobs, the resulting tasks are more human. So soft skills are going to rise in importance. The things that make us human, that separate us from those algorithms, those robots, those things, are going to become more and more important. So we've actually built a model that explores these. Some of the pieces of it, these are not all, but creativity, curiosity, the collaboration, those things that separate us from machine. Computers don't do those. They'll carry out a process, and they finish the task, and that's it. One of the other ones is compassion. I'm going to tell you a quick story about an organization that most people don't associate with compassion, but it's a great example of how this happens in automation. So Walmart is automating a lot of the checkout jobs, right? The people that formerly bagged your groceries, everything else, they're putting that on you now, and they're automating that. Does that mean jobs are being lost? Not necessarily. I heard their CHRO speak earlier this year, and she said that the number one fastest growing part of their business is the grocery delivery service, or pickup service. You pull up, they bring their bags out. My wife loves this. And they're actually doing compassion training for those employees that are doing that to teach them how to interact with people on a deeper level than they were doing when they were checking you out and kind of just going through the motions. And the employees love it. They appreciate that opportunity to be more human in their work. The thing you have to remember, if you want to be grim and dehumanizing, or a little more personal, is that humans are in charge. We get to make the choice. We get to choose. If we choose to be more human, we can follow that path. But it's really a matter of priorities. If it's only about scaling, it's only about automation, and we're trying to get that to that side, you can do that for sure. And your candidates and your employees will respond accordingly. Thank you.
All right, Woo! Great job. Thank you.